So our problem is valid parenthesis string. So we have given a string and we have to find it is valid or not valid. There are some condition for the valid string. So in valid string, any left parameter must have its right parameter. Means if we have opening parenthesis, then it is compulsory to have closing parenthesis. Same for the closing parenthesis, means if we have closing parenthesis, then we necessarily have opening parenthesis before the closing parenthesis. So left parenthesis must go before the corresponding right parenthesis. And the special condition is we have given star, which could be treated as a single right parenthesis or single left parenthesis or any empty string. So if we get star before the closing parenthesis, it means it is not compulsory to have opening parenthesis for the closing parenthesis. And if we get star after the opening parenthesis, then it is not compulsory to have the closing parenthesis for this. So one opening parenthesis can be neglected by the one star after it, and one closing parenthesis can be neglected by the one star before it. So this is our main problem. So let's see the code. So we create two stack, one stack for opening parenthesis and another stack for maintaining the star. First we find the length of the string by s dot length. We iterate a loop from 0 to n in this string. We find the character at certain index I. If the character is opening parenthesis, then we will push into the stack, means opening parenthesis stack. If we get the star, then we push into the star stack. We have condition that yes, I could only be opening parenthesis, closing parenthesis, or the star. So another could be only the closing parenthesis. So for closing parenthesis, we had to check that is there are any opening parenthesis corresponding to the code closing parenthesis. So if we get any opening parenthesis, means our opening parenthesis stack is not empty. There are some values, so we will pop that value, means we will pop opening parenthesis from the closing parenthesis. Remember that we are storing the index of the parenthesis. So if we do not have empty we do not have opening parenthesis for the closing parenthesis, then we will check that is there are any star come before the closing parenthesis. So we will check that star stack is empty. If it is not empty, means we have I star before the closing parenthesis, and we will pop the star for the closing parenthesis. If not, means there are not star nor opening parenthesis for the corresponding closing parenthesis, means this is not a valid string. So we will return false. After that, we will check that is stack is not empty and star stack is not empty, means we have some values for the opening parenthesis stack and star stack. So we will find the index, means the star come after the opening opening parenthesis, means if like in this example star came after the opening parenthesis, so if we do not have the closing parenthesis, then it is okay. So we will find the last inserted index for the star and opening parenthesis. So we get the value by star stack dot peak. We get the last opening parenthesis and we get the last star. So if index is greater than the star index, means this opening parenthesis come after the star. So we will return false, means it is not a valid string. Otherwise, we will pop from the stack and we will also pop from the star stack. Like in this example, we push it into the stack. After we pop it, we push the index of this. Let's consider we have only these two. So we will check the index of last inserted opening parenthesis, so we get the index of 0, and after that we check the last inserted star, so we get the index of 1. So if 0 is greater than 1, then return false, otherwise return true. So this is our problem. It is similar to the previous problem. So let's run this code.